Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that everything you thought you knew about Jada Kingdom, Burna Boy, and Stefflon Don was a complete lie? That behind the glossy Instagram posts, the luxury vacations, and the fake smiles at award shows, there's a storm brewing, one that's about to blow the entire Afrobeat world to pieces. Because tonight, the queen of the tropics herself, Jada Kingdom, didn't just speak, she detonated. Live, unfiltered, and furious, she called out Burna Boy and Stefflon Don in a way no one saw coming. And if you thought the cheating scandal was wild before, oh no, baby, this is a whole new level of messy. Picture this, millions watching live. Comment sections on fire, fans switching sides faster than Wi-Fi connections. Jada staring straight into the camera, saying, "Y'all been fed lies. Burna's the manipulator, Stefflon's the pawn, and I'm the one paying the price." But here's where it gets dark, because according to some very questionable sources, you know, the ones who somehow accidentally overhear everything, this wasn't just drama, it was revenge, a setup. Burna Boy allegedly masterminded a plan to destroy Jada's image before she could expose him. And trust me, what she's hinting at, it could ruin his entire empire. So, the question is, did Burna Boy really fake an entire scandal just to control the narrative? Or is Jada Kingdom pulling off the biggest sympathy stunt of 2025? Grab your popcorn, because the story isn't just messy, it's downright explosive. Let's rewind for a second, because before Jada Kingdom went full storm mode on Instagram Live, there was tension in the air thicker than Burna's ego and Stefflon's contour combined. You see, this wasn't just another celebrity argument. This was the ultimate Afro-Caribbean soap opera nobody asked for, yet everyone secretly wanted. The scene, Jada Kingdom, once a sweet Jamaican songstress with island girl energy and a heart supposedly wrapped in loyalty, suddenly becomes a headline of every gossip blog. Jada caught cheating on Burna Boy while stalking Stefflon Don. Yeah, that's how it started. But according to Jada, that entire story was a well-crafted fantasy, one allegedly produced, directed, and marketed by Burna Boy himself. Now, if you've followed Burna for any length of time, you know man loves control. The studio, the stage, the spotlight, everything has to revolve around him. So when the rumor hit that Jada was obsessed with Stefflon Don, Burna saw his image shaking, and instead of handling it privately, he allegedly spun the narrative to make himself look like the victim. But let's not pretend this is brand new behavior. Burna's been in this game long enough to perfect the art of emotional manipulation. Remember when Stefflon Don dropped those cryptic tweets after their breakup? Some people act holy in public but sin like Lucifer in private. Yeah, that was no random shade. Insiders say that was years of manipulation wrapped up in one tweet storm. Fast forward to now, and it seems Jada has become the latest villain in Burna's PR movie. But here's where things get spicy, because according to someone claiming to be a close friend of Jada's cousin's hairstylist, this wasn't just a misunderstanding. Allegedly, Burna had been feeding fake stories to gossip pages, sending anonymous DMs, and even leaking old photos of Jada with another artist just to make it look like she was being unfaithful. Yeah, that's the level of pettiness we're dealing with. Now, of course, Burna's team denied everything. They called the rumors baseless, defamatory, and absurd. But isn't that what every guilty celebrity says before a scandal explodes? Meanwhile, Jada was quiet. Too quiet. No posts, no subtweets, no interviews. Just silence. The kind of silence that makes fans suspicious and Burna comfortable. Because when you stay quiet in the face of lies, the public starts believing them. Then came the twist. Out of nowhere, Jada goes live on Instagram at 2 a.m. Jamaica time. No makeup, messy bun, voice trembling but angry. The live instantly hits over 100k viewers in less than 10 minutes. And then she drops the bomb. "Y'all think I'm crazy? Y'all think I cheated?" Burna made that whole story up. "Man tried to ruin me just to save his own face." The comment section exploded like a grenade. "What? Expose him, sis. We need receipts." But Jada didn't stop there. She called out Stefflon Don by name, saying she never had beef with her, never competed, never obsessed. She said, "Stefflon, you've been through this. You know how he moves. Don't let him spin you too." And that line? That single line broke the internet. Because if Stefflon had been through it before, it means Burna's pattern of behavior wasn't new. It was recycled, same tactics, different woman. Meanwhile, on Twitter, fans were losing their minds. One user tweeted, "So Burna's out here playing chess with women's reputations while acting like he's dropping albums." Another wrote, "Jada Kingdom didn't cheat. Burna just couldn't handle the upgrade." But hold up, because not everyone was Team Jada. Some fans came to Burna's defense, claiming she was pulling a sympathy stunt and trying to ride the wave of Stefflon Don's old heartbreak. And then came the supposed leaks. Within hours of Jada's live, screenshots surfaced online showing DMs between Burna and an anonymous gossip blog. The messages allegedly revealed Burna instructing them to run with the story about Jada cheating to protect the brand. Now, are those screenshots verified? Of course not. But when has that ever stopped the internet from believing something juicy? By morning, #BURNA lied and #JusticeForJada were trending across X, formerly Twitter. YouTubers, bloggers, and even verified artists were jumping into the chaos, taking sides like it was a boxing match. And in the midst of it all, Burna Boy posted a single cryptic message on his story: "Energy never lies." That's it. No names, no explanations. Just those 3 words. Fans immediately took it as shade, some saying it was directed at Jada, others thinking it was meant for Stefflon. Either way, it poured more gasoline on the fire. Meanwhile, Jada's live replay racked up over 5 million views in less than 24 hours. Every entertainment outlet was dissecting it frame by frame, analyzing her tone, her body language, her tears. But here's where things get even messier, because apparently, Jada wasn't just angry about the cheating rumors. She was furious about something much deeper. According to anonymous insiders, Burna Boy allegedly promised Jada a joint project, an entire EP they were secretly recording together. But when things got rocky, he pulled the plug and replaced her vocals with another artist, then pretended the collab never existed. Petty? Absolutely. But this is celebrity revenge 101. And if that wasn't enough, one of Jada's backup dancers came forward claiming Burna's team had threatened to blacklist anyone who spoke in her defense. "They told us not to talk about it or we'd never work again," she said in a TikTok that mysteriously vanished within hours. Coincidence? Yeah, right. By this point, social media was a war zone. Burna's fanbase, the Outsiders, were attacking Jada's followers non-stop. Memes, edits, who's lying polls, it was chaos. But the wildest part? Stefflon Don stayed completely silent. Not a word, not a like, not a story. Fans were begging her to say something, anything. Because if what Jada said was true, that Burna had pulled similar tricks before, then Stefflon might hold the missing piece. And just when everyone thought the dust might settle, Burna's team allegedly leaked voice notes. Yeah, you heard that right. Clips of Jada supposedly admitting to seeing someone else while she was with Burna started spreading online. But here's the kicker: audio experts on TikTok pointed out that the voice didn't even sound like her. In fact, it was allegedly edited using AI to sound similar to her tone. So now we've got fake messages, voice notes, and 3 public figures in a digital war with millions watching. And at the center of it all, Jada Kingdom, sitting with her phone, watching her name climb trends while the truth slips further away. As the first 24 hours of chaos unfolded, one thing was certain: somebody was lying. Either Jada had launched the greatest gaslight campaign of the year, or Burna Boy had just exposed himself as the biggest manipulator in Afrobeat history. And somewhere in London, Stefflon Don was watching all of it quietly, carefully, maybe sipping her tea, maybe plotting her own life. But little did anyone know, the real twist was about to drop. Because what happened next didn't just shake social media, it turned the entire industry upside down. Next morning, the world woke up to what could only be described as digital chaos. Hashtags were still trending, podcasts were dissecting the drama, and even news outlets in Nigeria, Jamaica, and the UK were running stories with headlines like "Burna Boy's empire shaking after Jada's explosive IG live." But amidst all the noise, one question echoed louder than any: where was Stefflon Don? For 2 days straight, she stayed silent. No statements, no subtweets, not even a cryptic post. And that silence, it was driving everyone insane. Fans were convinced she was hiding something. Then, suddenly, it happened. Stefflon Don went live. It wasn't flashy or staged, just her, sitting in her kitchen, wearing a robe, hair tied back, and a look on her face that said, "I'm done with this circus, I didn't want to say anything." She began, "But since my name keeps popping up, let's clear the air." The live instantly hit over 300K viewers. Every gossip page, every YouTuber, every nosy cousin was screen recording. Stefflon took a deep breath. Stefflon took a deep breath. "I'm not here to defend nobody. But what Jada said, it's not far-fetched. Burna does this thing where he plays the victim. He likes control. When things don't go his way, suddenly everyone around him's disloyal. I've seen it before." Boom. There it was, confirmation. The comments exploded like fireworks. She said IT. Stefflon confirms Jada's story. Burna's done. But she wasn't done talking. Do I think Jada cheated? No. But do I think Burna spun the story? Absolutely. That's how he protects his image. And it works until it doesn't. The internet broke. Clips of Stefflon's live flooded every platform within minutes. And for the first time, Burna's fanbase was divided. Half still defended him, but the other half began questioning everything. Meanwhile, Burna's team was scrambling. PR calls, legal drafts, hush money texts. It was damage control in real time. But the problem was, this time, it wasn't just fans gossiping. Major labels were watching too. An anonymous industry insider leaked a report claiming Burna's upcoming endorsement deal with a luxury brand had been paused pending investigation. And if you think that sounds bad, wait for the next part, because in the midst of all that chaos, an anonymous Twitter account, one with no profile picture, no followers, and a single tweet dropped something wild. A document allegedly showing payments made to a PR firm under Burna's management. The memo? Narrative management strategy. The internet went nuclear. Conspiracy threads popped up everywhere. People were connecting dots that probably didn't even exist. Photos of Burna at events with the supposed PR execs, cryptic lyrics from his songs that hinted at manipulation, even clips of him saying "I control my own story." And while fans turned into digital detectives, Jada Kingdom wasn't backing down either. She doubled down with another Instagram story saying, "Funny how they always try to silence women, but never the truth. Y'all can't buy peace of mind at this point." Burna Boy couldn't stay silent any longer. He dropped a statement through his publicist, a long, carefully worded note denying all allegations and accusing certain individuals of using his name for clout. But the tone? Cold, robotic. The kind of statement that feels like it was written by someone who didn't even read it. Fans weren't convinced. Bro didn't even write this. Where's the emotion? Where's the proof? Classic damage control. And while Burna's statement was sinking like a stone, Jada was gaining momentum. She appeared on a live session with a popular entertainment blogger and dropped even more subtle bombs. "He told me if I ever embarrassed him, he'd make sure I'd never work again. Guess what? I'm still here." That line hit like thunder. Clips of her saying it racked up millions of views. TikTok creators were remixing it, turning it into motivational soundbites, edits, and even merch. But the real turning point came when one of Burna's ex-associates, someone who'd allegedly worked with his management team, came forward anonymously through a YouTube channel called AfroLeaks. They claimed Burna had been paranoid for months, believing Jada was secretly collaborating with his rivals to expose personal details. So, to protect his image, he ordered his PR staff to control the narrative, and that narrative, the cheating scandal. Now, whether any of that is true is up for debate, but to the internet, it didn't matter. The story was too juicy to ignore. Blogs went wild. #Burna Exposed trended for just straight days. Every hour, new leaks emerged, emails, DMs, even a voice note supposedly from Burna's manager saying, "We just need a story to hold for a week." Meanwhile, Burna's social media activity became weirdly erratic. He was deleting old posts, archiving pictures, and posting random phrases like "truth, don't need PR." Fans speculated he was spiraling, and just when you thought it couldn't get any more insane, enter the alleged leaked video. A grainy clip surfaced online, showing someone who looked suspiciously like Burna in a heated argument with a woman resembling Jada. Though the footage was dark and unclear, captions and rumors filled in the blanks. People claimed it was from a hotel in Ghana during one of their last trips together. The audio? You could barely make out anything except Burna shouting, "You'll regret this, Jada." Within hours, Burna's legal team released a statement calling the video deeply manipulated and threatening lawsuits against anyone reposting it. But that didn't stop anyone. Once it hit TikTok, it was everywhere. And through all the chaos, Stefflon Don posted one final chilling message: "Sometimes silence ain't peace. Sometimes it's strategy." Boom, another mic drop. Now, fans were convinced Stefflon and Jada had formed an unholy alliance against Burna. Memes started popping up: the ex-girlfriend Avengers, Jada and Steph, the women who outsmarted Burna. Meanwhile, Burna's team tried one last move, dropping a surprise teaser for a new track titled Narrative. The lyrics? Oh, they were shady. They talk, I laugh, they trend, I chart. No like and shake a lion's heart. But instead of saving him, the song backfired spectacularly. Fans accused him of using the controversy for clout. One tweet summed it up perfectly: "Burna out here monetizing his scandals like it's a Spotify hustle." The line went viral. By now, Burna's reputation was hanging by a thread. Brand deals in limbo, fan loyalty crumbling, and Stefflon and Jada's names dominating every headline. But as usual in celebrity drama, when you think you've seen it all, there's always one more twist waiting to drop. Because what happened next didn't just shock fans, it left the whole industry speechless. Late one night, a massive Dropbox leak began circulating online. Inside were hundreds of screenshots, emails, and voice notes allegedly taken from Burna's PR team's internal chat. The messages showed them discussing damage strategies, influencer payoffs, and even attempts to suppress hashtags critical of Burna. The authenticity? Questionable. The chaos? Unmatched. And while Burna's lawyers rushed to get everything removed, it was too late. The internet had already archived, reposted, and remixed it into oblivion. But the biggest surprise wasn't the leaks themselves, it was the final voice note. A muffled, grainy recording where someone who sounded a lot like Burna said, "Let her talk. I built her. I can break her again." The clip spread faster than wildfire. It hit every blog, every channel, every meme page. And whether real or fake, it sealed the narrative. Burna Boy was now the villain in his own story. As the backlash exploded and the media frenzy reached its peak, everyone started asking the same question: how was Jada Kingdom going to respond next? Would she disappear quietly? Or strike back with something that could end his career for good? And that, my friends, is exactly where the next chapter begins, because what Jada did next turned this messy scandal into full-blown war. The moment Stefflon Don's face appeared on that live, the internet froze. It wasn't just a regular confrontation, it was history being streamed in real time. For a few seconds, no one spoke. Just tension, silence, and over 80,000 people watching, waiting for the explosion. And then, it happened. Jada looked straight into the camera, calm but cutting. "So, are you gonna keep pretending you didn't know about me?" she asked. Stefflon blinked, clearly caught off guard, but quickly fired back, "Girl, I don't even know what fantasy you're living in. If you think Burna was with you, then you need a wake-up call." Boom, just like that. The gloves came off. What started as a calm clearing the air moment turned into an all-out verbal war. Jada accused Stefflon of playing the victim in public while still messaging Burna in private. Stefflon, on the other hand, claimed Jada was a clout chaser using Burna's name for streams. The viewers? Losing their minds. Screenshots, clips, and memes started circulating before the live even ended. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everyone was talking about the IG showdown. But here's where things got truly insane. Just as the argument was reaching its peak, Burna Boy himself joined the live. Yup, the African giant logged in. Fans started flooding the comments. "He's here. This can't be real. Burna, defend yourself." And you could feel Jada's entire demeanor shift, from confident to ready for war. She didn't waste a second. "Burna, since you're watching, tell the people the truth," she said. "Tell them how you told me Stefflon was in your past while you were sleeping in my bed." The chat exploded. Thousands of shocked emojis, heart-eye reactions, and people typing nitrogen monoxide way faster than autocorrect could handle. Burna didn't say a word. Not one comment. Not one denial. Just that silent viewer icon. Proof he was watching it unfold, and that silence? It was louder than anything he could have said. Stefflon snapped first. "You're embarrassing yourself, sis. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. He's Burna Boy. He does what he wants." The tone. The arrogance. The shade. Jada's reply a dagger. "That's the problem, baby. You think being mistreated is normal because he did it to you first, and then, click." Jada ended the live. Just like that. Mic dropped. No outro, no closure. Just pure chaos. Within minutes, blogs started uploading clips. Jada Kingdom exposes Burna Boy live. Stefflon Don humiliated on IG. Burna Boy watching in silence. Even celebrities started reacting. Allegedly, Cardi B left a comment under one of the reposts saying, "Now this the type of drama I needed today." Jamaican dancehall artist Shensia supposedly tweeted and deleted, "I told y'all Jada don't play." But what happened next? Oh, it gets darker. But what happened next? Oh, it gets darker. Sources close to Burna's camp, and by sources I mean those anonymous insiders, that magically appear whenever drama hits, claimed Burna was furious. Not at Stefflon, not even at Jada, but at his team. Apparently, he blamed his PR manager for letting things get out of control, and even cancelled an upcoming interview on BBC Radio, citing mental health stress. Meanwhile, Jada's career skyrocketed. Her song streams reportedly tripled within 48 hours. New followers flooded her page. Hashtags like hashtag JADA exposed BURNA and hashtag BURNA Boy Lie trended for 2 days straight. But with fame comes backlash. Burna's diehard fans, known for their loyalty, launched a counterattack. They began posting alleged old demons of Jada supposedly bragging about using Burna for attention. Some even accused her of trying to destroy an African man's image in response. Jada posted a now viral tweet, "You can't destroy what's already fake," and that line, it became legend. Memes, shirts, TikTok audios, you name it. Everyone was quoting Jada Kingdom like she was the oracle of truth. But let's not pretend Stefflon Don was sitting quietly through all this. Oh, no, the next day, she dropped a cryptic Instagram story. A mirror selfie with the caption, "When you level up, you don't look back at the mess you walked away from." Fans immediately took it as a shot at Jada. But Jada clapped back with her own post. Some people talk about leveling up because they can't level emotionally. and the crowd went wild. At this point, the drama wasn't just personal, it was international. Nigerian blogs, Jamaican tabloids, even UK gossip channels were dissecting every word, every post, every like. Then, the final twist, a supposed leaked email surfaced online, allegedly between Burna's management and a well-known gossip blog. The email hinted at plans to rebuild Burna's image through a charity project and distance him from volatile romantic entanglements. Translation: damage control. According to that leak, Burna's team was worried that the scandal was costing him sponsorships. One anonymous insider told a blog, "Brands don't like drama, especially when it looks like a pattern." And they weren't lying. Rumors began spreading that a luxury clothing label quietly paused negotiations for Burna's next endorsement deal. Even one of his streaming partners allegedly reviewed promotional plans due to negative media sentiment. Meanwhile, Jada was capitalizing. She teased a new single titled Fake Giant, which fans instantly assumed was a Burna diss track. She didn't confirm it, but the lyrics she previewed on TikTok said everything you said forever. But your truth came late, you call it love. I call it clickbait. Tell me that's not a lyrical UPPERCUT. By the end of the week, Burna finally broke his silence. He posted a single tweet. "When you're great, everyone wants your story to be their headline." Classy, cold, but not convincing. The responses were savage. One fan replied, "Bro, they don't want your story, they want your honesty." Another said, "At least tell us which part was the lie." And as for Stefflon, she quietly deleted several old photos of Burna from her Instagram again. That silent, symbolic act that says more than any interview ever could. The fallout wasn't just digital, it became cultural commentary. Think pieces popped up online. Why women like Jada are changing celebrity power dynamics. The myth of the loyal superstar, and when love becomes PR. Even a Nigerian talk show allegedly invited Jada to speak. And guess what? She showed up. Wearing a sleek black dress, unapologetic as ever, she said, "I'm not here to ruin nobody. I'm here to remind the world that lies don't stay buried forever." Boom, McDrop, again. Burna Boy's fans might still defend him, but one thing's certain, the internet doesn't forget. The receipts are out there. The drama's archived. The legacy of the lie that shook Instagram is now permanent digital history. And you know what's craziest? None of this might have happened if Burna had just stayed honest. Because in the end, it wasn't fame, money, or music that shook his empire. It was one woman with Wi-Fi, confidence, and nothing left to lose. Now, the story doesn't end here. Oh no, because the real question is, what happens next? Will Burna fire his team and vanish for a while? Will Stefflon drop a diss track of her own? Or will Jada's Fake Giant become the next viral anthem for every woman who's ever been lied to? Only time and social media will tell. But one thing's for sure, this wasn't just a scandal. It was a revolution in real time. And trust me, the world won't stop talking about it anytime soon. So, after all this chaos, after Jada Kingdom's digital mic drop, Stefflon Don's Shea Parade, and Burna Boy's legendary silence, the question is simple. Who do you believe? Was Jada really exposing the truth? Or just rewriting the narrative for streams and sympathy? Was Stefflon Don genuinely blindsided? Or did she know way more than she's pretending to? And Burna, the man at the center of the storm, is he the misunderstood superstar? Or just another smooth-talking heartbreaker who finally met his match? Because let's be honest, in 2025, screenshots are stronger than love letters, and Go and Live is a new courtroom. But here's what's undeniable. This whole situation pulled the curtain back on how messy, manipulative, and media-driven celebrity relationships can be. One minute it's romance goals, the next is a public execution on Instagram Live. And while the fans are busy picking sides, Jada, Burna, and Stefflon are all doing what they do best, trending. The real winners, the algorithms. But I want to hear your take. Was Jada justified in exposing everything? Did Burna play both sides? Or is Stefflon just catching strays she didn't deserve? Drop your thoughts down below. Don't hold back. I'm reading everything. And if you want more exclusive deep dives, wild investigations, and celebrity chaos they don't want you to know about, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon so you never miss the next truth bomb, and share this video with that one friend who lives for drama. Because if this is what one Instagram Live can do, imagine what's coming next. Stay tuned. The internet never sleeps, and neither do we. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell icon so you never miss the next crazy twist. And share this video with your friends because the truth might spill again any minute. Truth might spill again any minute.